I wanted to give an update on what happened in the last 2 weeks. Basically, I'm navigating a burnout, and in the first week, I did not want to accept it, although I was aware of that I was in a burnout. The whole first week, I didn't do anything, so I was just sleeping and I didn't have any energy to do anything at all. So I actually had a guest visiting me during that period, and I felt awful, guilty, because I wasn't able to show her a bit around the city and just any activity we would do that would cost me a lot of energy. So I think I felt guilty of that. I didn't even say it that I was a week off due to burnout. I just said I'm off this week. And then later on, I think I processed it and realized it. And thanks to some chats I had also with friends and my housemate, bless them. They were so supportive and understanding. I was able to process it and voice it out and verbalize it. Although my natural tendency is to cocoon myself, to isolate because I don't want to show this part of myself, it was key for me to put it out there, to make it somehow real and tangible. After that week, I visited a doctor who prescribed me with another week of sick leave. I think, again, there was this sense of guilt, but also the fact that I'm a yoga teacher and very conscious and aware of mental health and triggers and different conditions. I think I was kind of disappointed at myself for arriving to that point and burning out and not seeing it coming, because the moment I flagged it, it was already too late. Even myself, my subconscious was pushing it away. And due to the fact that, yes, I am a mental health advocate and I'm very compassionate to others, but I wasn't to my own condition. What I discovered, if I do the shrimp method, so going back and reflecting, which I think is one of the most powerful tools to reflect on what has happened and what can I do better. Not that I have done anything wrong, but what can I learn from this past experience? For me, it's more about doing things that give me energy and trying to not to listen to this little voice in your head that is criticizing yourself, telling really horrible things such as you're not enough, what are you doing? Imagine if you have a friend in front of you. I don't think you would say these horrible things. Rather, you would be very compassionate. You would listen very actively and try to be there, just present, without any judgment. So, why am I putting this judgment on myself? A long way to go, yes. But I'm glad to feel better. I can definitely see it and I can definitely feel it, rather than waking up with no willingness to do anything, which is also fair from time to time. I wake up with more creative ideas, with more I want to do things, and one of these examples is ceramics. With a lovely Italian girl whose name is Cecilia. And I picked this new hobby up without thinking too much. Well, yes, I did in the end. I did this reflection of, but why am I picking up a new hobby? Is this going to lead me somewhere? And blah, blah, blah. But in the end, why don't we just do things for the sake of doing them? Why do we need to have any final reason and to be very utilitarian in that? Like thinking, am I going to make a business career out of that? Just dropping that expectation from myself and just enjoying the process of doing. It's so healing. It's like a balm for the soul. And I was so happy yesterday. It is still demanding me quite energy and effort. I recognize that when I finish an activity or I have some social interaction, at the end of it, I'm depleted. I'm still very tired, so I can see that I'm still in this recovering process, and I shouldn't judge myself for picking up a new hobby or being tired just after one activity. And another example was that the last week I was having a walk with some friends, and after that I was feeling tired, just like exhausted. And again, I felt guilty, but then luckily there were these two friends with me, and I said, "It's crazy. Thank you so much for bringing me outside and for having this walk and just chatting, and I really enjoyed it. But now I'm exhausted." I heard this little voice inside of my head, and I just said it out aloud to the two friends that were there with me, and I said, "Yeah, I feel exhausted and I feel bad about it." And then they were like, "But you shouldn't feel bad about it." And I mean, like, having someone else externally that is not really validating you, because I wasn't really looking for validation, but me saying it out aloud and having these doubts and them telling me back what they were thinking and how they see my experience was really helpful for me also to zoom out and to get different perspective. So yeah, this was just an update on how I'm navigating burnout. It's a work in progress, and there's no recipe, just not one formula. But yeah, one of my glimmers is being vulnerable with people, because when I think back of the conversations, they just make me so joyful and serene that we're not alone in this. I am not alone in this. And if you're also going through that, things will get better. Muster your courage to whatever you feel like doing, really, like going out, but then you think I shouldn't do it. If you think of, I just want to stay in bed and do nothing, just do it. Just stay in bed, like for one day, 2 days, even if it's for a week, it's okay. But then reach out for help. Try different things, and I promise everything will get better. Everything changes. Nothing is constant. Only change is constant. So I promise that even if in that specific moment it feels so strong and deep and so present, acknowledge it, welcome it, allow it, and only then you will be able to move on. I send you lots of light and love and kisses, and see you soon.